Welcome to Black in the Green Room with me, your host, Keith Underwood. And this is your spot for real talk about entertainment with entertainers, creatives, and showbiz professionals. Here with actress and influencer Jaylen Barron, and from her role as Cheyana Jenkins in the Aaron Hernandez story to her fashion collaborations and massive social media following, Jaylen is a true force in entertainment today. Jaylen, welcome to the room.
What entrance? You know what your voice reminds me of is when I would be in the car with my dad when I was younger, and I think it would be like 99.3 KGGI, and it would be
You
like
know,
all the slow jams, you know what I mean? And then we'd be listening to it in the car,
right,
and then
right.
like Anita Baker would start playing. That's just what it reminds me of.
Well, thank you.
Mhm,
So, Jaylen, let's get right into this, baby. This role in the Aaron Hernandez story,
mhm.
Cheyenne. I mean, it's such a complex and strong character. What did it take for you to prepare and get ready, for such a strong undertaking?
I just made sure that I watched a lot of her interviews and went on all of her socials and just to try and kind of pick up on her mannerisms and
Mm,
the way she would act when she felt nervous or when she seemed to like what the way I perceived her to be insecure in some moments. But just do as much research and watching her constantly all the time. And making sure I watch Aaron and watching his plays so that way I can understand the gravity of his impact on football and how good he was and how admired he was. I feel like that was really important too, because that was part of the reason why she loved him and pushed him so hard because she knows how great he could have been and who he
yeah.
could have been. Um, but I really just did my homework, studying all the time.
Yeah. For
Hmm.
you, like, I mean, with it being such a complex story,
Hmm.
what were your emotions coming into and your thoughts coming into the project? And then how did you feel after you got into it and then ultimately finished it?
What were my emotions coming into the project? I was excited because I've never gotten to, you know, portray a real person on television.
Hmm.
I was also excited because it was gritty and it was a lot of depth and it was something different than what I've ever done before. Um, and what was the next part of your question? I'm sorry, I get a little.
No, I'm saying going into it, what were your feelings about the story? And then
Oh,
when you started filming and then afterwards?
and then when I started filming, um, I was still excited. I was excited the whole time. I loved going to set every single day because when you have this many layers in a character, it's never boring. You surprise
Mm.
yourself. And I felt like I was constantly surprising myself with what I was doing and the kind of work I was doing on set. I was like, I didn't even know I could do that. And I would get excited. It inspired me to put my best foot forward every single day. There was never a dull moment when I was on set. I could not wait to get to work. Now, when 4 a.m. would come by and we would have a night shoot, I would be ready to go. I'm not gonna lie about that. But beyond that, I mean, when I wrapped, I was just like, man, it's over.
Yes.
I just got into it, Because at first you don't know the character, you don't know the people, so you're kind of timid and I'm making choices. I don't know if they're the right choices for who she is. But then when you are in the middle of filming and you're in the thick of it, that's when you feel fully comfortable. But then before you know it, it's done. It's time to go.
Yeah. Yeah, and let me tell you, you were getting a lot of acclaim for this role. How does that feel?
It feels good. I'm not gonna lie, I don't feel like the difference, you know what I mean? Like it
Hmm.
doesn't there is not like paparazzi outside my door and I didn't gain 1 million followers. So I'm like, okay, like whatever. But I'm just glad a good piece of art is out for people to watch. That's what feels good to me.
Yeah, you've gained so much popularity on social media. What's your approach to connecting with your fans?
I feel like doing interviews like this and just being authentically who I am, and not trying to say all the right things and be perfect, but
Mm,
just be a real person and relatable and show who I am. I feel like I do a lot of that on my stories on Instagram, where like I kind of show more of my personality, but I feel like if people really want to know me, they'll find a little interview.
yeah. Why do you think that's so hard for some people to like just be themselves on social media? And what makes it so easy for you?
feel like it's judgment and not being settled within who you are. And I think
Mm-hmm.
maybe it just comes with age and experience. Because I mean, I very much used to be timid and like making sure I say all the right things and not fully being myself. But, I talk a certain way, I walk a certain way, and I was raised a certain way. So I feel like
Mm-hmm.
there's other people out there who are like me. I'm not this perfect actress that's clean cut and ready to deliver all the time and on. I am who I am. And I feel like that's what has allowed me to play the kind of roles that I've been
Mm-hmm.
able to play is because I do have that grit about me and I do have that realism of representing real Black women out in the world.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Where does that come from?
My family.
Yeah, yeah,
I was raised with, my family. If you meet the women in my family, my mom is Mexican and my dad is Black from Tulsa, Oklahoma, and my
yeah.
mom is from La Puente. Oh, you're from Tulsa too?
No, 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 no. I was talking about the black and
Oh,
Mexican.
yeah,
So,
yeah. Oh, okay.
yeah.
Okay, I was like
Yeah.
Tulsa in the house. No. But but if you meet the women in my family, they don't play.
Hmm.
They do not play. They're very straightforward. They're about their business, they're about their money, and um I don't want to say they're scary because they're not scary to me, but from the outside, I feel like if you're not from where we're from, then you can get
Hmm.
a little bit shy. You know what I mean? But yeah, I think that just comes from being raised for real, like being raised with real people and them telling you the truth about yourself. A little
Mm.
bit rough sometimes, but I'm good. I'm
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah.
And I think that's why I'm okay with just being myself because I'm like, you either take it or you leave it, and I don't know what to give you, but this is who I am right now.
Right. This is the real me that you're getting.
This is the real me that you're getting. I'm not trying to put on a show. Sometimes though, like I am a classy lady though, because there's you gotta have class, But we like if we're chopping it up, we're chopping it up, and I'm gonna give you the real
With
me.
some of the
Yeah.
other roles that you have portrayed, and some of the roles that you've played, and some of the awards that you've received, what do they mean to you, and which ones stand out the most?
Hmm. What role has stood out to me that I've played? I feel like this is the one. I'm not gonna lie. This is the one. This is the one that stood out to me. This is the one that I feel like has had the most effect on my craft, and I'm able to show people what I can really do. But my first job where I was a lead on it, which was Free Rein. I'll never forget that role because it was such an amazing role and it had such a big impact on Netflix because it was the first children's series that was led by, a woman of color. And I feel like that means the world because it was a little part of history that I got to be in, and
Hmm.
show Black women in a different light and like what we're doing different and where we're at. And the awards, I'm like, what awards have I gotten?
I thought you got some awards, some
I mean,
acclaim.
Free Rein won an Emmy, so I mean,
Yes.
that
Right.
felt amazing. That felt amazing, and I'll take it. Um, but I think it's just important to do what you love, and you can never go wrong with being your true authentic self. And if all of your intentions are things that make you happy, with obviously when you're being a good person, then
Hmm.
you're always gonna win. You're always gonna feel satisfied at the end of the day, and God will always show you the light in your life. And I feel like that is the biggest blessing that I've had with my journey as a woman growing up is one door would close and he would open another one. And without a doubt, it'd always be the best one. Even if it was 5 years later, I'd look back and I'd be like, that's why you did that.
Hmm.
And as long as you're making choices that feel authentic and genuine to you in the moment, you literally can never go wrong. Never.
Yeah. Where, with Aaron Hernandez, what shocked you the most about the story?
What didn't shock me? What shocked me the most
Yeah.
was that he had cheated with the babysitter in real life.
Mm-hmm.
That had shocked me the most. I wasn't a fan of that one. And because you get when you're playing these characters and you're there all day, you get a respect for everybody involved, right? So like Josh, who's playing Aaron, right? And I see Aaron when I'm
Right.
on set. So when I saw him, I'd be like, bro, you cheating? You're cheating on me?
You doing all that?
How is that? That's crazy. Um, but yeah, I mean, it was a lot. It was a lot every single day. Something new would pop up and I'd be like, oh, heck no. Ew, man. I couldn't even tell you the amount of times I was like, oh, we're disrespectful now.
Right.
But, it's part of the job.
Yeah. So are you a little bit of a method actor, or what's your approach when you're going into a role?
No, I'm not a method actor. I'm not a method actor at all. Yeah, I don't think so. I'm not. But I would say, what is my thing when I go in there? I make sure that all of the lines feel natural in my body first before
Hmm.
my mind. Because then the words follow. Your body reacts first, then words come out, right? When you're describing something or when something happens to you, if you're hurt, you immediately hold your heart and then you talk. Um,
Yes.
so I make sure that I do that. And then another exercise I do is a lot of visualizing. I visualize my environment. So I'll go into our kitchen when we were filming there and I'll look at all the cabinets and I'll look in the fridge. I have to be familiar. I have to feel like there's milk in there because that builds a warmth to a home,
Hmm.
is knowing where things are at. So I'll do that. And then another thing I do is I write out my thoughts before I speak, my internal dialogue. And that way when it comes out, I have that feeling. So if the line says, Aaron, where are you going? You could say that 10 different ways, right? But I'm thinking, oh, so you're out cheating? Oh, Aaron, where are you going? That changes the whole tone of it. But if
Hmm.
I'm like, are you gonna go get something to eat? Aaron, where are you going? Just different levels. So I make sure I have that established, and even something as small as like, am I mad at him in this
Hmm.
episode? Would I touch him right now? Oh, I'm not mad at him. Okay, I'm showing him affection. Those details matter in order to show a real relationship. So I make sure that I mold my environment and this character as a real person living her day-to-day life and making sure, like I asked Josh, I'm like, what's your favorite color? Or like,
Hmm.
Josh, like those tattoos out of all of them, which one's your favorite one? Because you're able to see that connection on screen. And if you don't have that and you don't know anything about your scene partner's interests, it's going to come off and everybody's going to be able to see it.
Hmm.
So I had to do some investigating and sleuthing on him to be like, I need to know you, brother. Look like I care, okay?
Yeah. Yeah. Were at any point or time during reading the script or when you were actually, performing your character, Cheyana, did you ever like get upset with her during the process?
No. No, because that's like the biggest rule in acting is don't judge your character.
Mm-hmm.
So like I was never mad at her for a second. I never judged her. I was mad at Aaron. I
Right,
was mad at
right.
Tammy, but I was never mad at Shay. Shay's an angel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So you've already got such a diverse TV resume.
Mhm.
What's that dream role that you want to do?
I get asked this a lot, and I feel like what I would say is I don't know what it is until it happens. Right? I
Mm,
could say in my head, I'm like, I want to be this lady and this lady. But then when I got a role like this, I would never even dream in a million years to get this kind of role. I would never
mm-hmm.
to be this kind of girl. And I feel like every role I've played has been my dream role without me realizing it. She has brought me to an understanding and an acceptance of looking imperfect on camera. When my previous characters were always kind of perfect and pretty and cute and put together, and she is always cute, but like I said, she just, like her edges not being laid down, her outfit not being perfect, her slouching, like just being a real person. That is what a dream role for me is just being a real person. And I would say a role that I would like to play is like a secret agent,
Mm,
like Salt, Kill Bill,
yeah.
something really cool like that. I feel like I'd be able to do. But this one right here has allowed me to be like, okay, I don't have to be perfect all the time. And that's
Yeah.
about it.
Would you want to play I'm sure, another non-fictional character again?
Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
I
Give
totally
me
would.
give me one. Give me one that you might want to do. Give me a celebrity.
Give you a celebrity. I would want to do Miss USA Vanessa Howard.
Mm.
like something on her life, some kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Now I don't know her like her business or anything like that, so I don't think there's like any tea to be like this is the story, but I feel like that would be cool to be like a pageant princess or another person. What's a celebrity that I would like to play that I'm like, "Oh, you're a good time." Um, who is it? I don't know. What do you think? I'm trying to think. I'm like, because I don't want to like say somebody that I don't even look similar to, where it's like, okay, girl, like not in a million years.
Vanessa Williams.
I'm sorry, I said Vanessa Howard, didn't I? That's what I meant, Vanessa Williams.
Oh, but that is
Hmm.
really weird. We were on the
Hmm.
same, yeah, yeah, but no,
Hmm.
Vanessa Williams, definitely. So you guys,
Yes,
they better be listening to this.
that's what I'm saying. I said
You
if y'all,
know?
or like some kind of movie that's based on her, but like they add some fake stuff in there. You know what I mean? So just to come it
Right.
up, to beef it up.
Yeah, yeah,
That
yeah.
she's okay with.
Yeah, give me some hot behind the scenes story that happened on set while filming Aaron Hernandez.
Not behind the scenes stories. I'm not gonna lie, it was always pretty quiet and pretty sad all the time because it's a sad story. Um,
Right, right, right.
I'm like, there was no like really big jokes that were played or anything because it just wasn't that energy on there.
Mm-hmm.
Um, for me, what was it? Oh, okay. So there's this, it was Valentine's Day, right?
Right.
And we were filming a court scene, and in that court scene there was a lot of background actors, and there's this one that had like the biggest crush on my sister in the show, Kale. She's like amazing. You should talk with her if you ever get the chance. She's super smart and like
Absolutely.
she's amazing. um so he had a crush on her, and we were like sitting down like in like the chillin' green room, whatever. And he comes over, and like we're watching him walk over, and he was so nervous. But he had written her like this really sweet card and got her a rose and like gave it to her. And that was the biggest thing on set that we were talking about.
That
Cute.
that's a pretty good story,
Yeah,
you
it's
know?
nice. It's a nice story. I wish I had
Yeah.
more for you. I wish I had more gossip.
Yes. No,
That
no, no, no. I don't need the tea. That was nice. That was very nice.
yeah, that
Yeah.
was nice. And then what else? Like being on set and then like you're like, oh, how long do I have before I have to go on? They're like, oh, like you have like 4 more hours. And you're like, well, I'm gonna go eat at Applebee's. And then you
Right.
in secret to go eat a little something, something. You know what I mean? Maybe get a
Right.
little margarita, but hey, I'm not telling
Yes.
you.
Right, right. You know, Jaylen, you're so upbeat and so lively and seem like you like to have a lot of fun in that environment where it was so like, I mean, for lack of a better word, kind of a downer.
Mhm.
How did you keep your spirits up when you weren't on set?
By playing music in between
Hmm.
scenes and like putting it on in front of hair and makeup or like in the room with everybody and just like talking to people. I was definitely a yapper on set. So, and I'm pretty social, so I would just talk to this person and that person. So I had a friend in every department, in cameras and hair and makeup and props. And, I made a lot of friends there, but really just like being a normal person because work is hard already.
Hmm.
And then the hours we work are difficult. So if you're miserable there, then nobody's having a good time. But if you're able to be the person that I feel like cast should be, I feel like when you're at a certain position on the call sheet, people look to you to set the tone of what set is going to be. And what I always want people to look at me as is somebody they could relate to and talk to and just like, oh, it's going to be a good time when Jaylen's here. It's cool. And I just like to be that person on set where it's not a drag to be around me and everybody's like, oh, cool. Like she's going to come in. On the last show I was on, I did like this raffle for everybody on set and like whatever department won, they like won like a bottle of like tequila or something. Like just keeping things interesting on set, really.
Yeah. Would you consider yourself a style icon?
Not yet. I will be. In my head, I'm a style icon. I'm like, wow, I did that. But it depends on like the budget and where we're going. I would consider Rihanna the style icon. And I
Mm,
must give respect where respect is due because that's a title she deserves and earned, in my opinion. I would not say I'm there yet, but I will be one day. People will see that I be putting this stuff on and they'll like it.
yeah. Any collaborations coming up in fashion?
Um, no, No, not right now. Maybe soon, actually. Like, there's definitely some things to look out for New York Fashion Week. I'll tell you.
Okay.
Yeah, New York Fashion Week, when
Okay.
that comes around, I will be there. But Enrique Melendez is my stylist that I go to all the time, and he's amazing. Every carpet look he nails. And what I like about our relationship is like we're so collaborative with each other, and it has grown and molded over the last couple years. And so I'm just excited to see where this goes next.
Yeah. What are you feeling right now? What style are you feeling right now? What trend?
I love a chic, simple outfit with like a crazy shoe or a beautiful belt or a crazy boot. And we're getting into fall right now. So what I'm really into is burgundy and purple and
That'd
dark
look good on
burnt
your skin
orange.
complexion.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Yes. So like
Yes.
dark burnt orange and just incorporating that into my outfit. And like I always lean towards more of a 90s-esque all the time, whether it be my
Hmm.
hair, my makeup. But I feel like I really stick to that all the time. Is like that's just what I like. And um I feel like for me, a mini skirt, right? Very chic, giving silk almost, and a nice fitted corseted top with a cute, cute boot, knee-high boot. Not too high though, not thigh high, knee high. That like is a beautiful color. I don't know, I'm building it right now in my head. But 90s chic is always my go-to. Everything.
Yes.
I
Okay.
buy a lot of vintage.
Nice.
Yeah, when
Nice.
I'm over in New
Nice.
York, like my recent look that I just did in for the women in fashion, I had on these vintage Chanel glasses, and I had gotten these from this little spot in New York. It's so cute. And like they're little wired glasses, but they're very much a 90s chic moment. And I'll never get rid of them because I love them.
Nice. Jaylen, I've had a lot of fun with you.
Yes, I had fun with you too. Because we're
Yes.
because we're black in the room, baby.
You better tell somebody.
Hello.
Jaylen, where can everybody find you on social media?
You could find me on Instagram, Jaylen Barron, on TikTok, Jaylen J Barron, and on Twitter, Jaylen J Barron. And I'm verified on all of my accounts. And those are my only accounts with that little blue check.
That's right.
Wait, but
Jaylen,
not on Twitter anymore. I forgot. It's called X now. Never mind. I don't be paying that membership. I'm not verified.
and X them. X them.
I forgot. My bad. I forgot. I'm not verified on there. Elon, if you see this, throw me a verification, brother.
Jaylen Barron, thank you so much for joining me on Black in the Green Room.
We are black in the room with Keith.
Yes, yes, we are.
Thank you. It's nice to talk to you.
All right. Appreciate your time.
Bye, Keith.
See you later.